Hello everyone, this is Irene Yoga and I'm inviting you to practice with me about 30 minutes of flow for shoulders and hips. So come back in any sitting comfortable position. I will choose to stay on the block. You can leave your legs extending or just crossing your ankles. This flow is very good for if you have sitting long on the computers, or maybe you feel stress or you feel tight into the shoulders, into the hips. This is good practice. Be welcome to pause the video if you want to spend more time in each pose. But let's get started with extending arms to the knees. Leave your palms facing up. Bring the chin into the chest. And spend here a few more moments to check your body and check your mind. This is a good place. You start now to leave behind all the distractions, all the experience you might have for today or maybe plans for later, and start to gentle deepening your breathing. Make long inhale, gentle make a long exhale. Relax the hands next to your mat and breathing in, extend your palms into the sky. Look up and place your fingertips on your shoulders and start to bring your elbows forward. Start to create big rotation into your shoulders. Maintain your fingers on your shoulders and move to the other side. Meantime, stay with the spine long and stay with the steady breathing. Release the hands to the side, extend the right arms up, bend the elbows, place the right palms behind of the head, and left fingers will touch the right elbows, push the head back, and we'll breathe in and breathe out, start to twist to the right side. Just give a chance for the armpit to open up. When you're ready, come back into the center. Extend the arms forward. Take the right arms underneath to the left. And you can bring your hands into the eagle arms. Move your elbows to the left side and the head will twist to the right. Maintain the shoulders away from your ears and feel wider into the collarbones. Come back into the center and wrap the hands. And moving one more time the right arms up. Really stretch the right arm and we'll create big rotation in this arm. Let's say 3 times forward and 3 times on the other side. Do all your best to maintain the arms straight. And place the right fingertips down into the mat, reset. And I now prepare to the other side. So place the left palms behind of the head, find your elbows, push the head back, breathing in. With a breathe out, will it twist to the left side. Stay with the lower core engaged to support the spine long. And come back into the center. Unwrap the hands, extend the hands forward. We'll send the left arms underneath to the left. We'll cross the hands or do your best. And move your elbows to the right side and the head will twist to the left. Breathing in and come back into the center. Unwrap the hands, extend the left arms up into the sky and take a big rotation in this arm. Let's say 3 times in one direction. Let's say 3 times on the other side. Extend both arms up. This time frame your head with your elbows and move to the right side and look up. And move to the other side. Just allow body to open up. and come back into the center. Wrap the hands, bring the elbows down, bring the chin into the chest. Just take a moment to really stretch your arms, turning on the other side. Find your fingers, bring the chin into the chest. Take a few rotations into your shoulders, relaxing any remaining tensions and moving forward. And just let's come here into nice sitting into tabletop position. So sending the palms under the shoulders, hips on top of the knees. And I'll start to move the spine free. So just don't worry, don't think about to create any particular shape. So finding the rotation of your spine. So you drop to one side, drop the chest down, move into the other, and just carry on one side to another. Just really feeling the connection of your shoulders into the spine and into the hips. Walk your hands up. You can move into the block, or maybe you're doing without the block. We'll extend the block over the head, and we're pulsing 3 times on the top and release the block down. 3 times on the top and release down. Avoid popping the chest out. Just really feel the upper body as still as you can. And release. Take the fingertips on the back or the block, push the block away, pop the chest up, look up. And release the block away. Make your way to your tabletop. And from the tabletop, briefly, we'll check our child pose. Taking any shapes, any things your body wants to feel. Maybe lift your wrist out. Just sparkle the fingers into your mat. Come back into tabletop. Tuck in the toes, or maybe relaxing. Or bring the right knee to the chest and stay with the knee bend and bring into the chest. Just again moving with exhalation. Bring the knee to your chest. And taking few rotation in one direction on this hip and taking on the other side. Getting loose into the hips and do the same to the other side. So preparing to reset, bring the knees to touch, pushing the mat away. Stay with the knees bent and just bring in here the knee 3 times into the chest. Moving the spine free, feeling a little bit of core, feeling the hip. And again making 3 rotation in one direction and 3 rotation on the other side. Tuck in the toes. So briefly bring the heels back, the hip bones back to the heels, and extend the hands. If you want to get even more, bring the elbows into the mat, bring the palms into Namaste or prayer position on the back of the head. And just give a chance for triceps to open up, the spine, the glutes, the legs. Make your way back, and we're moving into our first down dog. So first down dog, please, moving free. Bend one leg, bend another. Pedal, moving side to side. Anything the body might wants to do. It's a good place to check the big joints in our body, the shoulders, the elbows, the hips, the knees, the ankles. Looking on your knees, take a moment maybe to settle and stabilizing in the foundation of this pose. Lift the right knee up. Bend the leg, stack the hip. And exhale, bring the knee to the chest and take time to step the right leg between your hands. Place the back knee down and extend the arms over the head. Take the right arms underneath to the left armpit and start to draw the left armpit forward. Bend the left palms behind of the head. Push the head back into the left arms and relax the shoulders away from your ears. And place your hands down into the mat. Bring your hands into the mat all the way to the left side. And start to extend the right leg to the side. Leave the sole of the feet nice into the mat. Leave the right palms down and extend the left arms up. Look up, breathing nice and long. Get a nice stretch and exhale, bringing underneath to the right armpit. Breathing in, extend up. Thread the needles is the name for this pose. Again, moving up. It's a good pose to recheck the shoulders. In the same time, we get into the hips. Leave the palms down. And now start to looking to the right toes. So place the right toes forward. Extend the right leg. Place your hands on your hips and start to bend the right leg. Settle in the pose. Place your hands on your hips and start to pivot tiny before. So a little bit of pulsing the body to the right leg. And when you explore, maybe leave the heels up. Any variation you want. If you want to extend the other hand up in the sky, stretching the body, the right elbows on top to the right knee and the left arms up. Again, the heel can be down, can be up, any variation you practice. Start to reset, extend here the palms into the mat and come back into the tabletop position if you want to. Just checking a little bit of strength into the shoulders. Maybe take a vinyasa or maybe come back into child pose like I do. If you are in child pose, really stretching here the hands. Again, if you want to take in any variation of the child pose you wish, maybe bend your elbows, place the palms on the back, bring the elbows a bit closer and stretch here your shoulders. Make the way back into tabletop, lift back into your down dog. And we'll move on, again bending one leg and another, move the left leg up. Prepare when you're ready to exhale, bring the knee to the chest and do all your best to step the left leg between your hands. And place the back knee down. If you want to protect the back knee, be welcome. And when you're ready, extend the hands up in the sky. We'll switch sides this time. We'll take the other hand, the left arms underneath to the right armpit. And we'll just bring the right armpits forward by bending the palms behind. Push the head back into the right arm. Relax the shoulders away, extend the palms, and just explore. Feel this nice armpit on the back. Place the hands down. Now we're moving on in the same direction. This time we'll extend the left leg to the side. Take a time to extend the left leg. Leave the sole of the feet first flat into the mat. Leave the right palms down and extend the left arms up. And exhale, bringing underneath to the right armpit and breathing in. Thread the needles on the other side. Notice the movement of your shoulders. Push the mat away. Come back into the center, looking on the left toes and start to point the left toes to the front of the mat and start to bend the left leg. Place your hands on your hips. You're really breathing and start to move forward. And move back and move forward. Just a little bit, start to open inside of the muscles on the left leg. And be welcome to do and explore the same variation you do on the other side. You can leave the heels down or maybe leave the heels up, your choice. If you're ready to extend the right arms up, be welcome. And make the way back into your tabletop. Tuck the toes and lift your heels up. Extend the right knee, lift the right leg up, bend this leg, point the toes, lift the left heel up, breathing nice long inhale and exhale, look between your hands and invite the right leg between your palms. This time we'll stay up into the high lunge, so just be careful on the back knee. The back knee should be on the ball of your feet. Place your hands on your hips, gentle bend the back leg. Place your palms and notice here how you feel. Extend the hands up. Bring your palms to touch and bring your palms behind of the head. Push the head on your palms. Bring the elbows up. Bend even more the back leg and just create a little bit of stability into the back leg. And breathing nice and long. Take the hands down and step forward. coming into fourfold. Walk your legs a little bit into the middle of your mat. Bend your knees and just coming all the way into the standing pose. Send the right leg forward. Place again the palms behind of the head. Bend the back leg and extend the front leg. And exhale, now start to pivot into the right leg. Left leg is bent. Lift the right toes up and just pivot forward, feeling a good stretch into the hamstring on the right side. Take the hands down. Come back into the center. Roll the head all the way up. Take your hands on your hips. Take a moment to take external rotation into the right knee and stay here. If you have a little bit more practice, you can start to moving into tree pose. Any variation, avoid to place the sole of the feet on the knee. You can extend the hands, or maybe again you can find your elbows. Remember, it's a shoulders sequence, so really I'm taking opportunity to open the shoulders as much as I can. Remain with the breathing and remain with the elements of connection during the practice. Breathing nice and long, release the hands back, place the right leg down. Make your way on the front of the mat and start to place your hands into the mat. Maybe pivot back and forth, massaging the sole of the feet. Bend the legs, place your palms. You can step back or maybe gentle jump back. And maybe you want to explore a vinyasa, please do, and come back into down. Looking on your knees, and take a moment here into your down dog. Take the other leg, take the left leg up, reach the left leg up, breathing nice and long. And we'll do the same, so see if you can bring the knee to the chest, step in between your hands. We're moving into the high lunge. So preparing the high lunge, don't rush. Again, checking a nice position in your hips, extend the hands, bring the palms to touch, bring the elbows up, and place the head onto the palms. Bend the back leg. Feel stable into the back leg, breathing nice and long. Don't lose your core. Release the hands down into the mat. Bring the back leg all the way forward. And again, step a little bit into the middle of the mat. And place your hands on your hips and lift your body up. We'll do the same. The name of it is a shark pose. So extend this time the left leg forward, bend the back leg, place your palms on the back. Move first back and exhale, now start to pivot forward. If you can, lift the left toes up. Avoid curving the spine, feeling a good stretch into the hamstrings onto the left leg. Release the fingers, coming into the mat, and again place the hands on the hips, bend the legs and come back. We'll repeat our tree pose to the other side. So prepare to bend the other leg, the left leg to the side. Remember, any variation without placing on the heels, and feel stable into the standing leg. And if you want, again, take this opportunity to open the shoulders by find your elbows, frame your head between your elbows. Push the pelvis forward and bring the left knee back. Notice your breathing. Release the hands. Place the hands back into the hips, stepping into the front of the mat, and gently make your way back into the mat. Into any fourfold. Now start to make a way into garland pose or malasana pose. But before we go too deep, you can find your block or maybe two blocks. Maybe place the hip bones into the blocks and take a time to settle in this pose. If you can't go that far, don't worry, elevate even more your hips, so placing more pillows. If you feel alright, start to bring your triceps into inner legs and just start to really open the hips. You might start to feel a bit more settled. If you can, remember, you can stay with a block. You can explore. You can wrap one hand onto the back. You might find your fingers and rub these hands, but really gives a good stretch for the shoulders. Explore the pose. If you can't go that far, just stay where you feel it's okay for you for today. Remember, this is how we practice yoga. To enjoy this journey. If you want to explore on the other side, again, one side can be a little bit stiff. Maybe just wrapping and stay here. Maybe find your fingers. Maybe have a block underneath of the hip bones. Or maybe you're thinking you don't need a block. And just start to come back where we're coming here into this pose. You place your palms flat into the mat if it's available. Squeeze the knees into your upper arms and start to pivot back and forth. Place your hands and move forward. It's like a frog here and moving back. And I would like you to stay here. Just really place here. If you've never done this one before, stay here. If you want to getting into Bakasana, the crow pose, you are gentle to place the knees on top of your tricep, bend your elbows, curve the spine. Gently start to moving into this pose. Take a time, maybe pause the video, take a few more movement here. When you have enough, you extend the legs forward. So remember, you can spend more time in a pose. And then start to roll your body all the way down into the mat. And just again, frame your head, bend your elbows and start to extend the toes to the side. Get this nice stretching here into the top of your hips. Place your hands on your hips. Bend the right leg, bring the right knee into the chest. You can stay here, otherwise start to extend the right leg. Take a few rotation in the ankles, just playing here, otherwise hook the big toes if it's available. Otherwise setting and hold the front leg without pushing, without forcing. You can lift the front head. Maybe extend the left arm, palms on top to the left leg, point the toes. Bend the left leg and now flexing the sole of the feet to the right side and just taking into this pose of the flying pigeon. Lift the knees up, explore the pose, but remember to squaring the hips into the mat. And taking any variation you practice of this pose, you might extend the front leg, you might finding the toes, anything you want to do. It's a good stretch for the hamstring, for the hips. Like I said, this was the theme for the class for today, to get the space into and checking from what happened into shoulders and the hips. Switch sides, we settle in. Before we could go to the other side, just taking briefly this bridge pose. So gently extend the hips up, maybe drop one hip to another, just relaxing tension and come back. Reset. Extend the right leg and extend the left leg up. Again, if you want to take rotation in the ankles, please do. Otherwise, I'm hooking the big toes. Maybe any variation you practice, extend the right arms on top. Stretch, looking forward. And release. Bend here, placing on top to the left. And again, I'm checking the hips. I'm hoping my hips to stay nice into alignment and taking any variation of the bind underneath. Maybe extend the front leg, maybe hooking, maybe bring closer. Never push and never force this pose. If you have the space and you find more space, you can get a little bit deeper. Unwrap the legs and come back into the mat. Cross the right leg on top to the left. Hugging the mat and lift up. You can stay here or maybe interlock the fingers. Push a little bit higher your hips. Look up, don't turn your head. Feeling even also into the shoulders. And release the bum back. Unwrap the legs. Take the left on top to the right. Maybe again, grab the mat, lift up, or maybe interlock the fingers and lift your hip bones up in the sky. Stay with the breathing. Relax it down. Wrap the legs. Leave the sole of the feet into the mat. And just bring both knees up in the sky. Leave the toes up and remain here. Or if you practice, you have in your practice a little bit more plow pose or halasana, just move your toes on the back. And again, the idea is to lift the hip bones up so we don't collapse the hips into the neck. Don't turn your head, leave looking forward, looking on your navel, interlock the fingers, pointing the toes. If you want to support your back, please do. Maybe lift the legs up briefly into shoulder stand. And if you want to play, just if you can play, split your legs, taking one toes back, one back, and just bringing back into variation of the bridge pose. Holding here in the air. And release the bum back down. And just start to move the knees left and right to one side. Move the knees like open like a books to one side to another. And we're starting now to make the way to the final, to variation of Shavasana. I just leave my legs in the butterfly in Konasana, Baddha Konasana, sole of the feet back to back. I protect my knees into my blocks and place the right hand on the chest and left hands on my belly. Close your eyes and just allow here a few more moments in stillness. A few more moments when you reconnect with your body and your mind. And tune back into breathing. Start to notice how you feel. Notice this present moment and notice how you feel after this practice. What you experience.